Hello, everybody, and welcome to the December 27th, 2018 edition of the Ephrom Josine Show. I am your host, Ephrom Josine. Anyway, yesterday we talked about potential, or already declared 2020 candidates. Today we're going to be talking about potential 2020 candidates. That being people who haven't technically ran yet, but I feel like gossiping about because I've been objective. Okay, that's a lie. I've been breaking down actual news all year. Time to make some. Of course, Joe Biden is announcing his run in January. Oh, I'm sorry, he's announcing whether or not he'll run. He's going to run, though. He's basically been campaigning for months now, most notably on a platform of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which the country elected Donald Trump just to keep us from being in because it was such a bad idea. It's one of the two things Donald Trump was right on. The Trans-Pacific Partnership being atrocious. Because it basically wanted us to give up our national sovereignty. If you read the deal, that was basically what was in there. And it would have genuinely created a one-world government. Not only that, this is ignoring the fact that he ran for president twice in both 1988 and 2008 and lost. Because Joe Biden's approval ratings, much like Hillary Clinton's, do not ever go up. They always go down because he's Joe Biden. He is, however, the most likely to get the nominee, assuming Bernie Sanders doesn't, which there's really a mixed bag on. Sanders is, of course, releasing a book in 2018, in fact, he already has, about, which is something very simple, which politicians typically do before they run for office. And that's what Romney did. That's what McCain and Obama. No, that's only what Obama did. I don't know if McCain did or not. That's what that's what Kerry did. That's what Bush did. I know that's what Clinton did. You know, etc. That's just something that you do nowadays. That's what a lot of 2016 candidates did, including Hillary Clinton, even though it took her a while, Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders later on, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, and many, many more. So it's likely he'll run, however it's also possible the DNC will resist him like he did in 2016, especially with newer rules that are more or less just seem to be discriminating against him. These are the same people, though, who want Michael Bloomberg to run, despite the fact that he's been a Republican half his political career. But I don't expect any of this to make sense, honestly. And of course, there's the person who 538 is convinced is going to run and win, Beto O'Rourke. You know, Beto O'Rourke. Who the heck is Beto O'Rourke? I keep forgetting who he is. He's so bland. He's the one who challenged Ted Cruz for the Senate in 2018 and actually did come fairly close. He is also the blandest looking person in all of existence, and very short. I don't know if that last part is true or not, however it would make him far more interesting. Robert Francis O'Rourke, I mean Beto O'Rourke. I'm not making fun of Rafael Cruz for the record either. That's just their names. Is most known for his votes in favor of Wall Street deregulation, his strong appeal of bipartisanship, which basically means less than nothing, his, and I just cannot stress this enough, love of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which was, the honest to God, it looked like a David Icke book. It, honest to God, looked like a David Icke book. That's how bad it was. It looked like the most paranoid New World Order fantasies were actually going to be signed into law. And he supported a fast track of that. That is unexcusable. I refuse to support anyone who supported that unless it's ungodly desperate. He refused to sign on to a resolution, not even a bill, a resolution in favor of Medicare for all. I'm sorry, I just really, really, really hate Beto O'Rourke. And I hate the fact that my party is honest to God considering him, putting him up as the presidential candidate. He failed in debates against Ted Cruz, the most stereotypical conservative in all of existence, because he just backs down. There was a part where he made an offhanded comment in a debate where it's, oh, well, there's a reason why Donald Trump called you lying, Ted. And then he said oh God, I apologize for that. He's just so boring. He's so weak. He's so obnoxious. I really hate Beto O'Rourke. I don't think I've stressed that enough. And now it's time for CNN's favorite candidate, and I mean that. The only people who are declaring this person will go anywhere is CNN. Kamala Harris, who just assumed office this year, or last year actually. Still, she's only been elected once. I trust her. Now, the first thing that needs to be noted is, as Attorney General of California, despite her own Justice Department saying that she did not prosecute Steve Mnuchin when he illegally enclosed on houses. Steve Mnuchin, in case you're curious, is our current Treasury Secretary, so you can blame Kamala Harris for that. He also tried to get the president to launch a preemptive strike against North Korea, which is so obviously stupid, I don't even feel like I need to go into detail on why that's an awful idea. Long story short, if those two don't give you reasons to hate Kamala Harris, I don't know what else would, quite frankly. She is one of the blandest Senate Democrats out there. And mind you, I am warning Kamala Harris on this. You also got to be very careful with the cards you play. Because Hillary Clinton never said, vote for me because I'm a woman, but CNN kind of did, and that's what the people heard. So basically, don't run. Please do not run. But if you do run, be careful and do not trust mainstream media. Anyway, that's it. I'm Ephrom, and see you next week.